Hard Mark Podcast. Soul skating. Soul skating.
Hot audio cream.
Tim Duncan.
I could make a fake snake.
You do not pee in the pool. You do not pee in Tim Duncan.
All of myself is clean.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Hard Mark Podcast, a show where I, Eric Donaldson, wrestling fan of over 30 years, introduce one match per episode to my co-host who has never watched wrestling. We talk about the backstory, we watch the match, and then we rank that match on our ever-growing list. The purpose of this show is twofold. First, to see what happens when someone who's never watched wrestling is introduced to its most notable matches, and secondly, as a window into the mind of my co-host. He is the man of 1,000 compliments, the soul skater, the maitre d' of mat drama, the Tampa Bay topsider, the living painting, the talent, the dirty crack of thumbtacks, flying Ryan Murphy. How are you doing today, Ryan? We survived the death match.
We did. Had a great time.
A great time.
A great time.
I'm sure that was a great Uber ride. You managed to successfully convince your Uber driver to give you a ride to Jack in the Box.
I did.
Where you picked up some chicken sandwiches.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Well, I've got big news. Anything else as far as pleasantries before we...
No, that summed it up. It's carried me over the next couple of weeks.
Perfect. Good. So today, actually, very special. I know last episode was special. This equally is special, but in a different reason, different way. We have some special guests, none other than the illustrious hosts of Watchin It, Donnell and Robert. Konnichiwa to you, gentlemen.
Howdy. I do not speak any other languages.
How's it going, guys?
It's fantastic. It's a beautiful Seattle day out there.
Yeah. Nice gray out there today.
Thank you for having us.
For anyone who doesn't know, Watchin It is a movie and television, maybe not review, but what would, like, discussion podcast? Would you say?
Discussion.
Definitely not review. No.
we don't give ratings.
No.
I would say we're the middle ground. We don't hype anything, and we don't just utterly destroy anything unless it's deservingly so. We usually kind of do a half and half. We talk about the stuff we love about it and the stuff that we hate about it, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, just kind of a, I guess, companion piece. If you enjoy the movies or shows we're talking about, it's a nice thing to, I guess, hear what we think, for some reason.
I find it very nice, very refreshing to see some perspectives on these programs. I mean, I've been following you guys since the start, but in particular, I've been following along with like the WandaVision arc that you guys did by the time this makes air a few months ago. Also, for anyone who's not aware, I actually guested on an episode of your fine program featuring the Hulk Hogan motion picture No Holds Barred, and we seem to get a lot of positive feedback.
That was super fun to
that
record,
was an
too.
episode right there. That I'm really glad you brought that movie to the podcast for us.
I would have never known about it if you hadn't forced it upon us.
The second greatest Hulk Hogan film of all time, only to Suburban Commando, which who knows, maybe eventually that'll make its way to.
We're in talks. Your people are talking to my people.
Yeah, a lot of important things. But yeah. So for anyone who hasn't checked out their show yet, I hope you have the opportunity. Make a point, go do that. They will be joining us on today's episode of the Hard Mark Podcast, so you can kind of, get a feel for, am I more of a Donnell guy or am I more of a Robert guy? So you can kind of, settle in like a nice pair of shoes, or maybe you're just like one of those Ryan people that I keep hearing from.
We're the same guy. We're the same guy.
Right?
Yeah. I'm about to say.
It's like I spent the first 38 years of my life as a white man from Texas, and I really wanted to be a black man from Washington State. So I kind of made that move.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's an easy transition to make.
It is. No, I mean, it's quite easy to just switch it up. I will say I did not spend the first 33 years of my life wanting to be a white man from Texas. Never crossed my mind.
You should, because it's fucking awesome.
There are some nice perks to being a white man. I won't lie. I've seen them.
Real quick, just to kind of get like the plugs out of the way right here at the start. If someone is curious to check out Watchin It, where can they hear you guys?
Apple Podcasts, Spotify. What's the new one that we just got?
Yeah, we just got some. Got us a script or our Anchor, which we're using.
Sure.
Shout out to Anchor. Maybe you guys would like to, toss us a little of that sponsorship money. But I think Anchor got us on something called like Verb or something.
Yeah, Verby.
It just popped up in our email and like, hey, do you want to claim your podcast? It's on Verb. And I was like, sure. So if you're out there and you're using Verb, if that's even what it's called, go ahead and sign up.
Really, you can find us anywhere but YouTube. We don't do YouTube because you have to convert to video and all that, and that's annoying. You can also email us at watchinitpodcast@gmail.com. Mm-hmm. You can also follow us on Instagram at watchinitpodcast. Donnell, where else can they find us?
As always, Twitter at watchinitpod. We are trying to do this social media stuff. It's not going well, but we're trying.
I tell you what, you guys are doing pretty good on the Instagram. Much better than we are.
I mean, it's a work in progress. I would say that our Instagram is a nice companion to our program because it gives me the chance to sort of like post videos around those types of things and that sort of thing. So I do like the use of Instagram. So for anyone who's not to kind of piggyback off of your promo that you guys were just doing, but if you're not following Hard Mark Podcast on Instagram, you should because it's a good follow. I think
it is. I follow it,
in my opinion.
I don't, but I don't use Instagram or any social media. The Twitter is rough on me as it is. I can't
the Twitter sphere can be rough on even the most hardy of people. But one thing that I wanted to do is, so anyone who's listened to this program knows we don't generally launch directly into the wrestling. I like sort of kind of getting a little bit of casual conversation in, break the ice a bit, and then we kind of talk about the wrestling aspect.
Right.
So with that in mind, I had an idea. I thought it'd be good to give the Hard Mark listeners a chance who are maybe not familiar with both Donnell and Robert, maybe to give them a chance to hear a quick quiz that I've developed. I figured all four of us could take this quick quiz just to determine who folks are going to gravitate towards. So, that way, if they hear someone's opinion, be like, you know what, I'm a Robert guy. They can think that in the back of their mind. So it's sort of like when you take one of those online quizzes to determine, am I a Sex in the City? Which character am I? I'm a Samantha, by the way. And so Ryan, I figured you and I could participate in this quiz. This is just going to be a really quick this or that type of situation to determine what our preferences are and to kind of, set in stone who we are as personality types. Does that sound good, Ryan?
That sounds great, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I like that he gave a thumbs up there for the listeners.
You can hear it, though.
Yeah, nonverbal cues are big on the Hard Mark Podcast, for anyone who doesn't know. First item, steak versus eggs.
Steak versus eggs?
Yeah.
Steak versus
Do we
eggs?
take turns, or can we all just answer at once?
Let's take turns.
Okay.
So we'll go in order of the table. So we'll go Robert, Ryan, Donnell, me.
Okay. Steak.
Okay.
Steak versus eggs.
No. Okay, so he's never.
It's a simple question.
I think it's an obvious answer, right? Like,
it's gonna be like 10 minits per question for Ryan. I can almost guarantee you. But yeah, steak versus. You have to pick one.
Yeah, I'm with Robert Steak. Like, I mean, I don't.
So if I'm not going to give my
eggs have
answer.
their place, but
Steak
like
and
I don't know
eggs
if
are
it's
so good together.
Yeah,
they're good together.
That's where I'm having.
yeah, but you're
now
you're having a versus.
Why are they fighting?
Yeah,
like I feel like steak and eggs are the tag team that you're rooting
right.
for. You're
Eggs
not
have its
breaking
place.
up
I
the
like
tag
eggs.
team.
I just like
The world's resources have been dwindled down where they can only produce one of these products now. So you have to pick which one is it. So I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, steak. The top of steak is better than the top of eggs.
Well, no, that's hands down. Yeah.
right. I mean, there's
but eggs are more versatile, so it's like which one.
Well,
do
you talking
go
about
with?
like health benefits of each too. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
well-
we have one to choose from. Like,
Yeah, so one is eliminated.
okay.
One
I'm still going with steak, but like
You're Ryan. You're on an aircraft that is crashing. You know it's going to be an island.
Yeah.
You know there's not going to be much food. There's a crate of eggs.
please
There's a
bring me
crate
steak. I
of
don't know how
steak.
long I'll live. Like, but like, bring me. Yeah.
Which crate are you
Yeah.
Well,
grabbing?
no, see, that's narrow, Robert. You just made it where you have to take eggs. Eggs have a way longer shelf life out of the refrigerator than steak does.
Not the way I eat them.
Donnell, are you a steak man or an eggs guy?
I mean, see, you brought up the thing about steak is like steak is I love steak. I
Sure.
crave steak all the time. But the thing about steak is like it's kind of a one meal dude. Like when you think about steak for breakfast, guess who's right there with it? It's eggs.
It's eggs.
So no one has just steak for breakfast. You get some steak and eggs or something. It's a tough call. Man, I hate this question. Fine.
I mean, these are the questions that people.
I'll just side with
Donnell
the table.
Was the one that was gonna...
I will side with the table because I will say, like I said, I fasted once, and when I was fasting, the one thing I wanted was a big juicy steak. So I'm going steak.
All right. I'll go steak too. You know what? Let's keep it in harmony for right now. There will be other opportunities for people to diverge on their picks, but
That's a
okay.
terrible question. You don't separate steak and eggs.
All right. Next question: Schwarzenegger or Stallone?
Schwarzenegger. You don't care about why or anything?
Yeah, no, please, no.
You just move right on. You're like, fine.
I mean, I thought, okay, hit me.
Because it's the American. He's the American dream.
Yeah.
He is a foreigner that came to the U.S. with almost nothing.
Yeah.
And he married into our royalty, the Kennedys.
Sure.
He became the governor of a state. He may have become like president or vice president if that was in the Constitution. And like became the biggest action star in movies of all time. Like, yeah, the American dream.
So you're kind of looking at it from like a human being perspective. Like even maybe body of work may come into factor as well, but like a lot of the things you just mentioned are just that's him as a human being.
Person.
If you're talking about actor, I mean, I guess that would be a harder sell. I could see going both ways. But I think I'd still stick with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
I'm kind of in agreement, like what he's accomplished. Like he's the governor of fucking California. Like,
sure,
you know, that's Stallone has his place.
Yeah, he's taking so much HGH.
But I mean, you can't say. I mean, Schwarzenegger's saying like that guy holds his place in this country, in this world. Like, I'm a fan. I'm a
Cliffhanger.
Fan. What's that?
I'm trying to think of lesser known Stallone.
Oh no, I'm a Stallone fan.
Cliffhanger?
Yeah.
You think that's a lesser known Stallone movie? What do you think a greater known Stallone movie is?
Rocky?
Other than Rocky.
Yeah,
Rocky,
Rambo.
Okay.
I
don't know. I feel like Cliffhanger's a big movie for him.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, I think
it's big because of our age. I think
maybe it came out one.
I think it was like that sweet spot where you're just like a kid, like, oh shit, look how cool it is. Stallone's hanging from the side of a fucking cliff. That's awesome.
Tango and Cash.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, so we got another vote for Schwarzenegger.
See, I'm going to have to split from the table here.
Okay.
I'm going Stallone because I'm looking at it the other way. I'm looking at the movies.
Sure.
Schwarzenegger has done some great stuff. He's also done some stuff that you're just like, what's going on here? And while Stallone also has had plenty of weird movies, Schwarzenegger has his accent, but Stallone is American who can't talk at all. And yet he has become a huge action star. People flock to the theater to see him in it. With his what is it? His handicaps? The man has somehow made a great career for himself.
The views of Donnell do not necessarily represent the views.
But yeah, no, I'm going Stallone on this one. I mean, also I just think more. I mean, don't get me wrong. Schwarzenegger does have Terminator, and it is one of the most iconic movie franchises out there. It's had some ups and downs of late,
sure,
but I just think Stallone. I mean, you got Rocky, you got freaking Rambo. You got it. It's just I don't know. I'm going Stallone.
I think Stallone has a greater range.
Yeah.
Like especially, you know, even in the Rocky franchise when he did like Balboa. That was such a fantastic movie. And then there was one where it was like Copland or something where he gained like a bunch of weight and
and he wrote the first. I don't know if he wrote the additional Rockies, but the very first Rocky he wrote that. And then when they wanted somebody else to play Rocky, he was just like, "Fuck you, no! It's either going to be me or we're not doing the movie."
Yeah. And here's my thing. Honestly, while Schwarzenegger has himself gone on to be the American dream, and he has become the governor, Stallone made an iconic fake person the biggest thing in Philadelphia. They have statues of Rocky up all over. The guy doesn't even exist. But they're like, there it is. There's
Hey, you know what? Detroit has a RoboCop statue. So,
oh, do they officially now?
Yeah. Okay, nice.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Nice.
How did I miss that when I went? I'm gonna go Schwarzenegger just solely based off of the Schwarzenegger movies. To me, like his absolute peak, I think is hard to beat. Like from You mentioned Terminator. Predator is like maybe the best Schwarzenegger movie. I don't know. I know a lot of people have an affinity towards like T2. Even like his comedy stuff, like Twins was hilarious. Kindergarten Cop was amazing. Just I don't know, like that 80s run of Conan the Barbarian and stuff. Like, man, I don't think we're ever going to see another celebrity like a movie star at that level ever again.
Oh, they got a new Twins coming out.
Oh, with Eddie Murphy, right?
Yeah, Eddie Murphy. Okay. Oh, wait, was it Eddie Murphy or Wesley Snipes? No, it is Eddie Murphy. It is Eddie Murphy. Okay, yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, because I do think it's good that the initial person gets a chance to sort of elaborate a little bit more. So I'm going to go, Donnell, I'm going to hit you with this question up.
Changing it up.
Nintendo versus Sega.
Nintendo.
That was fast.
So growing up, I was all about Sega. I love Sega, but
real quick, when you got in arguments with your friends, what were your arguments for Sega?
Sega.
And why were they blast processing?
I mean, so there's a few things. They're all dumb kid arguments. I'm not saying these arguments stand up.
That's why they're the best arguments.
But one is, I mean, the Nintendo was this gray box, and you had this cool, sleek black system. Okay. And
you were pointing out the sex appeal of the actual
I will
console
always
itself.
Say Sega was always a little step ahead of everybody else. I mean, that's ultimately was their downfall, but they were the first to get a lot of stuff. They were first to get online play, 4-player on the same console, and all this stuff. Really, really great. It was their downfall in the long run. Why? Like I said, but now, not just because Nintendo's around and Sega isn't, but Nintendo also, I've always said this, while they are very bizarre in some of the business practices and all this stuff, the thing is, they have been the ones to set the bar for what's the new norm going forward. It's like, who was the first to have sorter buttons? Nintendo. Who was the first to have joysticks? Nintendo. Who was the first to do the split controller? Nintendo. Who was the first to do what is it?
Ryan's just absorbing all this information.
But who was the first to do motion controls? Nintendo. Like, they're always, and now even with the current system, the Switch, with its modular, you can have it at home or you can go out. They're always the first one. And the other consoles now looking for ways, they're not going to go with a modular console. They're talking about like video game stream, but they're finding ways to, how can we get our console games elsewhere? And so it's just like, Nintendo sets the bar. They always have, and they continue to do it even now. So gotta be Nintendo. I mean, Sega's great, and I'm glad they're still around as a video game company, but...
That was borderline like a filibuster there. I think that's fair.
Hold on, let me go.
I'm rethinking my decision.
I was about to say, let me go get a bucket so I can keep talking while I pee in it.
Perfect. Ryan.
I have more experience on Nintendo. Like, that was kind of late 90s for me. Like, Sonic was what I played on Sega, so I'm a Nintendo guy. 007. They had some fucking great games.
The GoldenEye, yeah.
4-player, it was.
What system for Sega did you have? Was it a Genesis?
I didn't even have one. I didn't even.
Okay.
No, I never had a Genesis either.
Yeah,
I played it at my friend's house
because Ryan's just a young lad.
Yeah, really 30. Young here. But yeah, I just Nintendo off of experience for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I need some clarification.
Yeah.
When we say Nintendo, are we talking about all the Nintendos?
And 64.
Or are we just talking the original NES and the original Sega?
Oh, well, I think this is open to whatever your interpretation of this question is. Nintendo or Sega?
Just from personal experience as a child, I'm going to have to go with Sega.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because the Sega CD and the 32X, it's like Nintendo's like, oh, we got this, and we got the Super Nintendo and 32-bit, and it's like, well, Sega's like, well, you just take your Sega and you just plop this thing in it.
Sure.
Or you just set it on top of this thing, and now it's like 3 systems in one with like all your games play, and it's backwards compatible.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Just so many like really good games like Mansion of Hidden Souls. Sonic is obviously amazing. I think Sonic is superior to Mario in a number of ways. I just pushed a button for
Sonic never made the transition to 3D. I'll give you that. Mario has successfully, but I mean, as a kid,
it did on the Dreamcast.
Not successfully.
Oh man, I don't remember what the name of the Sonic one was, but yeah, Sonic CD was amazing. Sewer Shark, I don't know if nobody's ever heard of that.
Didn't they launch Madden
too? Really good.
What's that?
Didn't they launch Madden too? Like Sega was like
that's when
NBA
sports
Jam.
really started. Oh, NBA Jam.
NBA Jam, yeah.
Well, that was on Nintendo's
with Emilio Estevez as a secret character. Yeah, and I was really big into like the JRPGs and stuff, and they were really good.
Sense.
Now there were a lot of really good ones for Super Nintendo as well,
Sure.
but yeah, I just Sega for sure in my mind.
All right,
I have to go Nintendo.
But I mean, I can respect Nintendo.
Sure. I just Nintendo. Especially like Sonic never did it for me, like because I never had one, so whenever I was playing a Sega system, it was generally like over at my friend's house, and so like playing as Tails in a Sonic game fucking sucks. It's just like, oh, the camera's gonna follow Sonic, and then Tails just like whirring in, and you're not even controlling Tails.
At the end of the day, I mean, it sounds like your issue with Sega isn't a Sega issue; it's that you had an asshole friend who never let you play.
And I'm entirely using that against the company of Sega. As long as I guess we're on the... Because we don't really talk about video games much. I will say I do have a recent problem with Nintendo. I think a lot of their more recent business practices are shitty. Namely, the fact that they're doing the whole Disney thing where it's like, we're only going to make these games available for X amount of time and then take them off of the online store for no reason whatsoever. That's fucking bullshit.
Bizarre.
But anyway, I still have to go Nintendo just, for the sake of my fandom as a youth. But lately they've been...
How many questions are on this quiz?
Just, I think 2 or 3 more.
Okay.
All right.
I was like, this is going to be a long...
No, I cut a bunch out yesterday because like, I could see some of these going long. Ryan, this is going to be right up your alley.
Yeah.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Burrito versus Gyro.
Gyro.
Wow, that was so fast.
Yeah,
Why?
Gyro. What they put in Gyros is incredible. Incredible. The way they roast that piece of meat. Like, and then they just slice it down, toss it right into a fucking,
For a man who takes, like, literally, if you listen to the raw, unedited versions of a lot of these episodes, usually when I ask Ryan questions, it takes 3 minutes on average for him to finish hemming and hawing and to give me a response. That Gyro was just fucking quick.
He was ready.
There's no question. Gyros, hands down.
There's not even like a combination of burrito.
A good burrito is, I mean, I respect burritos, don't get me wrong, but like if you're comparing it to a Gyro, for me, like,
sure.
Absolutely going Gyro.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. Donnell.
And this is a good one. I mean, it's another one of those. I mean, kind of in the same category as the steak and the egg. Is the burrito is more versatile. You can get the breakfast burrito.
There we go. Yeah,
you can change things up, the ingredients. But the Gyro just, I mean, I got the flavor and that whatever that sauce is, that is just
tzatziki.
Yeah, tzatziki sauce.
Yeah.
Freaking delicious. So I'm not a big fan of cheeses in general. Like for most of my girls.
Is that why you split the table the way that you did, Robert? You got the poop problem boys on one side, and then you got the normal cheese-eating Americans on the other.
No, but so yeah, I'm not a big fan of most cheeses.
Okay.
So feta is one of the cheeses I don't enjoy. But this is how good the Gyro is. Is like I used to get a Gyro, and I'd get it, and I'd like brush all that crap off.
Sure.
But I just got so sick of doing that that I just was like, you know what? I'm not ordering feta. I'm not getting feta in on anything else. But when that Gyro shows up and the feta's there, I'm like, I don't care. The Gyro's there. I'm going in. I'm eating the feta too.
That's a good fucking review of a Gyro
yeah.
right there.
I can tell you this much: if you gave me a burrito with feta on it, I would be like, "What the fuck is this?" And I would not eat it. So I guess that's the difference.
Okay, that's fair.
I will go ahead and eat the feta on a Gyro, where I would never eat feta if it showed up on a burrito.
This is not the way I expected this one to go, Robert.
First of all, it's called a gyro.
Okay.
You don't call it a fucking Eurocopter. It's a gyrocopter because it fucking spins. And you know why? Because they got that big fucking dirty meat log that's on the spinning thing, and they're cutting things off of it while it spins.
I think we know where this is going. We know where this is going.
When people talk about dirty meat logs, it hits Ryan a little close to home. So you should maybe...
But no, it's like the burrito is superior. You have so many choices.
You do.
It's like if a gyro is just going to be the meat and the cheese and the lettuce.
You're really going all in on
this
this gyro situation.
And there is no unmessy way to eat a gyro. It gets everywhere. You need a fork with it. Anything that, like a burrito, you can just grab that shit and you can like tear away your...
They come with the freaking diaper, man. Just like the
It's
burger.
not good enough.
It's made to hold in your...
I don't know what you're doing.
That. You don't fork that.
Look, you know what I can do? I can walk down the street with a burrito. I can't walk down the street
I'll
with a
give
gyro.
you that. You can't walk down the street with a Gyro. I'm not going to call it a gyro, but you can't walk down the street
But I'm not a big fan of the bread. And I don't know, just something about that just big meatloaf that they're just like
Robert is
shaving meat off of,
Mm-hmm.
like just out in the open. Just I don't know, that seems unsanitary to me.
Sure.
That being said, I do enjoy a gyro from time to time.
After insulting their meat log, you're like, oh, but they're all right.
You know what? Every single one of those places has fantastic French fries, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Their French fries, I don't know what they do, but everyone needs to just copy that.
I love Greek fries. They're the best.
Anyway, I'm clearly in the burrito category.
Man,
Oh, are you? I hadn't noticed.
this is the hardest one for me to make a choice on because I think they're both amazing drunk foods. Like if you're out, you're drinking, like a gyro just hits the right spot. If you get a nice like greasy, cheesy burrito that is also filling that same void, I have to say that I think the best burritos are better than the best gyros, just by like a little bit. So I have to. I'm in the burrito camp, but I love gyros. That is by no means
That's right,
real
motherfucker.
Real quick for the and this is to know what real quick for the two burrito guys. What, because you just said the best burrito is better than the gyro. So I'm just wondering, like, what's in this burrito that you're eating that's better than the gyro?
So the best burrito that I've had has a little bit of rice in it.
Okay.
And then you've got some cheese. It could be like a Mexican blend of cheese, or it could be just like straight cheddar, wherever you go.
I'm still riding with you so far.
Some avocado, some sour.
Ooh, I'm out.
That's interesting.
The avocado took him out.
So some guac.
I was right there with
Like
you.
every time I
you
go
do
and they're
that.
like, "You want some guac?" and I'm like, "Nope." They look very upset about it. Like they're just affronted. Like, I don't want any of that. I got sour cream.
Yeah, sure. You gotta have sour cream for sure. I like
the
avocado slices in there, just for a little bit of added zest to it, and then your pico de gallo salsa. And what you got to do, here's the most important part of a great burrito. Like I'm all about good to great. If you're gonna make a burrito great, you got to grill it on both sides so you get that crunch on the exterior.
Okay, yes.
I like that machine at the Taco Del Mar where they just lit the press.
What protein?
Like that's the
I think you skipped that.
What
Like you
protein's up
pico
in
de gallo,
there?
cheese,
Yeah,
rice.
What protein's in there?
Meats?
I mean, meat's like even like any meat would be good in a burrito, but I tend to go chicken burrito.
Chicken
burrito.
That's
Bacon?
No.
What did you say?
No, fuck that. I
Yeah.
don't add bacon to anything.
Okay.
Bacon, you never make anything better by adding bacon. You only make bacon
that's
worse.
false, I think.
I side with Robert on the no bacon in the burrito part, but I do not side with him on that.
On they can't make
only
anything better?
Bacon does. I mean, I do think we have abused bacon and we have put it in too many things.
Right.
But there's still a good place to throw some bacon in it.
It makes everything better. Burgers, sex.
They just- ground beef all the way.
Okay, ground beef.
Yeah, ground beef.
I can deal with that, but I do like a good chicken burrito. That's kind of my main jam there.
All right.
All right. I think we've exhausted that. All right. We probably need to get to wrestling. There's one more. Maybe we can get through it quick. Right. I have a feeling we won't, but we'll try.
We'll give it our best shot.
Okay. Donnell, this is for you to start us off.
All right. I'm going to keep it short.
This may be the hardest one.
Oh, crap.
Ghostbusters or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Oh, what? You almost, when you first said Ghostbusters, like, done. We're already done.
Why would you think this would be fast?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, man.
And so here's what I'll say about this one. I think you have to take into account, like, everything. Like, movies, cartoons, video games, action figures, like whatever it is, whatever part about these entities you want to include.
I have my answer. I'm going to get through this quick.
Okay.
I'm going to say one thing is I love the Ghostbusters. I'm not putting down the Ghostbusters in any way, shape, or form. There's a new Ghostbusters movie.
That's a Ryan-ass answer I've ever heard one. Listen, I respect the Ghostbusters, but they've done a lot for New York City.
There's a new Ghostbusters movie coming out, but the thing that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have over is there was never any time while watching the Ghostbusters I was like, I'm Egon, or I'm this guy. I just watched them as a whole.
Yeah.
With the turtles, everybody, I feel like everybody at this table too. You found your turtle.
Yeah.
And you identified.
You grabbed that broomstick and you
to the
spun that
end.
around.
And I just like, and I had friends who were Michelangelos. I had friends at Donatello's. Had friends at Leonardo. But I never, like, you never broke down the Ghostbusters. There's just a package thing where you got a personal affinity with the turtles, and that's why I'm going turtles. I'm out, done, boom.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, got it done
Jiminy
quick.
Christmas.
Yeah, I'm
going?
Ninja Turtles. I played the video games with it. Just
the video games.
It's too fucking nostalgic to like go.
Sure.
Like, I mean, they had everything. You know, in the
Yeah.
sewers,
That
running to get
Vanilla
pizza.
Ice.
Like,
Vanilla Ice. That's true. I think.
Wait, that's a positive point?
yeah, that's a catchy ass fucking song.
It was in 1985.
Go
or
ninja,
whatever.
go ninja, go. The video game element, I think, is the one where you can most clearly point to the Ninja Turtles as having like a clear edge. Like movie wise, I think overall,
Ooh, those new ones though.
I haven't seen
Oh,
the
the latest ones. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They got the van in there, and it has arms with nunchucks. The van does. It's fantastic.
We're
it's
not
amazing.
You're not talking about like the
Modern movies with Fox in it. With
Oh, I couldn't bear to watch those. The turtles look too fucking weird.
the first one not great. The
Okay.
second one fantastic.
I didn't even know they made a second.
Krang shows up.
Okay, all right. I'm intrigued by that. That sounds fine.
Anyway, clearly I'm in the Ninja Turtles category.
Yeah.
So we got turtle. Wow, is there all turtles? You can go.
Are you about to dissent?
Am I? Okay, so I have to think about this logically. So video games, I agree the edge has to be for Ninja Turtles. Movie-wise, gosh, the second...
I mean, that's all you... Well, no, I guess you've got like a bunch of cartoons.
There were some good
cartoons.
Were good.
The real
I
Ghostbusters were really
I
good.
used to watch the hell out of the Ghostbusters cartoon.
Slimer.
Yeah.
Slimer, yeah, absolutely. And then the whole cast of villains in Ghostbusters. Well, actually, the cast of villains.
A guy trapped in a painting. Or do you want an interdimensional brain?
Right.
That,
Man.
I mean, and just the names. Sorry. Rocksteady and Bebop.
Rocksteady and Bebop,
Come on.
man.
Come on.
A giant warthog and a
sold
giant
rhino.
rhino.
Let's go.
And then what was the fly, the scientist that
Baxter Stockman.
Baxter Stockman.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right. You sold me.
No
and then April
insult to
O'Neil.
the-
I mean, as a child,
I think
as a young man,
most
just
boys, that was
discovering
one of their
himself, that was
first crush right there.
I
I will say, how many reporters wear a yellow jumpsuit? That's a very weird, random thing.
Just one. I get so yeah. And to this day, so the opening of Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze, I still, when I think of my ideal pizza, I just think of all those people taking bites out on the street, and they're all just
that
looking
New
at each
York
other
style
like
pizza,
smiling, like, and that to me is burned into my brain. Is like I just want to have pizza experiences like they're having.
Yeah.
So
Never.
Where they slide it into a sewer drain. So
right, exactly. Okay, fuck. Yeah, Ninja Turtles. All right.
I mean, would you rather live in a fire station or an underground subway, like abandoned
base.
subway?
I'm sorry.
Oh man, now I'm trying to think of the toys because like that Ghostbusters toy was awesome, but the Technodrome was
Technodrome.
Dude, frickin', I still remember playing the game and it comes up Technodrome. And you're like, oh, it's about to get real up in here.
Yeah.
So real quick though. Okay, so real quick. What's your turtle then?
Donatello.
All right.
Raphael.
All right, we got a little.
Yeah,
got
but
a couple of
I'm a
Raphaels?
staff guy. I do like me a staff.
I do like Donatello.
But
was my
Raphael
number
was
two.
like pissed off and moody all the time, you know?
See, I just like the practicality of the range that Donatello got. And I was like, he's not an idiot. And then I thought that like Michelangelo was just sort of like the hip, like, oh yeah, of course people would pick Michelangelo because
He was
like,
their chef.
The coolest.
No, wait. Which one was the yellow one?
That's Michelangelo.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Orange.
Oh, well, orange.
It's
Orange. Sorry.
Get it
Donatello was
I'm
blue.
colorblind. Don't make fun of me.
Are you really?
Like, no.
Oh boy.
Which one were you, Ryan?
Michelangelo.
Of course.
Seems about
Typical.
right. Seems
Yeah.
Bunch of alphas in here.
There's not one Leonardo among this group, though. That's
Leonardo was like lame.
I
Here-
know.
Okay, we really need to move on to wrestling,
Yes, let's
but
go.
one quick thing about fucking Leonardo and why he sucks. He had swords and he never stabbed anyone.
No, what about?
was a
I mean,
kid's show.
hold
It was a
up.
kid's
Raphael
I
had
don't
the
care.
freaking whatever they're called. I can't remember what they're called. but
Nunchucks.
those are very stabby. He never stabbed anybody.
Wait, nunchucks? No, it's
No,
just wood.
I'm not talking about the nunchucks. I'm talking about Raphael and his little
Oh.
prong
Yeah.
things. I can't remember what
the
they're called.
size.
Size.
They're
The
called
size. Those are very stabby. He never stabbed anybody. If you're going to use that as excuse, I mean, both Leonardo and Raphael have a lot of explaining
I
to
should
do.
have thrown a curveball and been like Splinter.
Casey Jones. That's also
Yeah.
Casey Jones.
What
Oh
was
my
the
God.
consensus? Did it all go Ninja Turtles?
It all went Ninja
Same.
Turtles.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
If you rewatch that first movie, the guy who plays Casey Jones is like 50 or something.
Elias
Like-
Koteas.
Yeah, he is. I always saw him as like a young, like 22-year-old
Yeah.
guy. It's like, no, he's like balding, like
My favorite quote from that whole movie, because I didn't like. There were years where I didn't rewatch it at all, and then as an adult, I finally got it. I was like, okay, I should rewatch Ninja Turtles, and so I rewatched the first one. When Raphael's hurt, like he's basically like just tucked in his shell, he's recovering from his wounds, and then they're all in the house, and then Donatello, I think, accuses Casey Jones of being claustrophobic, and then Casey's like, "Hey, I never even looked at another guy." That part. It went over my head as a kid, and I fucking love that shit as an adult. I was like, okay, this guy's an idiot, but I love him. Cool. All right. Anything else around?
no, we're
those-
gonna allow you to move past this.
Okay, perfect. Fantastic. So let's talk about some wrestling here today,
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Is that what we're here for?
Yeah, as it turns out, we're not here to just talk about gyros and gyros and all that sort of stuff. We're here to talk about wrestling.
Stinking
So,
eggs,
just to
freaking eggs.
set a quick expectation, anyone who's been following our program long enough, they know what Ryan knows about professional wrestling. and also what he knows about snakes. And what he doesn't know about snakes could fill up a book at this point in time, but that's neither here nor there. Donnell, you have watched wrestling before.
Yes, I grew up on it. Was very much more WCW.
TNT wrestling, as it's known here in the hard Markaverse.
Good shit.
Yeah. So yeah, I grew up on that. Definitely, I know all the greats from WWF, and that is now WWE. And I think it's dumb that they lost that lawsuit.
Sure.
But anyways, and of late, and maybe in preparation for this, my mind subconsciously, I've been doing a lot of catch up, watching a lot of matches on YouTube, and so I know the world. I've been down. I've been a fan at times. I can't say I'm a fan now, just more because I don't know how to get back into it.
Sure, you're a lapsed fan.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
We'll say.
It seems like a soap opera to me, to a degree, where it's just a long running storyline.
Yes,
and it's probably difficult to jump into.
It is,
like
and
at
it
any
isn't.
spot,
I think it's one of those things where, similar to a comic book, if you're just kind of trying to keep track of the storylines happening right now, you really would only need to go back maybe a month or so. But if you're trying to get kind of a wider scope of how these characters have interacted with each other in the past, then it may be a little bit more. But I don't think that that's necessarily a barrier to entry, depending on what your interest level is. But Robert, so you've never really ever watched wrestling?
I don't think so. Not that I can remember. The closest I ever got was watching an MTV early reality TV show where they were they were going through the course of learning how to be it and doing all the tricks and stuff like that. And then was that what it was called?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
It was a reality show called Tough Enough.
And I got halfway through it, and then I accidentally flipped over to TNT and could see who won already because they recorded it before, and then that person was already doing it. I was like, well, I don't care about this anymore.
Right.
And then moved on.
Sure.
My brother was into it definitely more than I was. Which I was in zero.
Sure.
Not that hard to accomplish.
What era was your brother into it? Would it have been like the Attitude Era, mid to late 90s, or was it a little bit earlier than that?
I would say mid 80s.
Okay. So we're talking the 80s boom of wrestling.
Yeah.
That's also when I originally got into it as well. Cool. So with all that sort of established as far as our base of knowledge, I don't usually take requests for our matches. Not that Ryan's ever attempted to give me any requests before.
I feel like I have.
Well, yeah, I want to see a death match. And then we saw how that turned out last episode. But a few weeks ago, the Watchin It fellas and myself, we chatted around, what we could potentially watch, what we could do, that sort of thing. And Robert mentioned that he had memories of a tag team that were clad in face paint, and they had football pads with spikes that they would wear to the ring. And as soon as he told me about this team, I was like, I know immediately who you're talking about. And I was a little surprised that we haven't actually talked about them or watched any of their matches yet. They're probably the most popular tag team of all time, especially of the modern era. They are known as the Road Warriors, who actually got their name from the Mad Max film series. So we're going to be featuring these Road Warriors here today.
They look very Mad Max.
They do,
degree,
yes,
to a degree.
yeah, for
That's
sure.
clearly what they're trying to go for.
What was that question?
Which era is this? Is this
So our match today is going to be, I believe, in 1990. Okay, 1991.
Okay.
So they got their start in the mid to early 80s, and then but they lasted, about 20-ish years, give or take. So they were around for a while. But yeah, our match today will be 1991.
We're watching a tag team. Mm-hmm. We got ourselves a little tag team action going on here in the podcast.
I didn't even think about that, but you're absolutely right. We got our own little tag team.
Take credit for the accidents, man.
We got the cheese eaters versus the no cheesemen.
I feel that
as our tag team operation here. So let's talk a little bit about the Road Warriors. And of course, if anybody has any questions about any of this, stop me, let me know, and I'm happy to clarify. But the Road Warriors, they were formed in 1983. They were made up of a couple of former bouncers, which is unsurprising for people to get into the world of pro wrestling back then, and powerlifters. So they were bouncers and powerlifters from Minneapolis. Their names, not their real names, of course, but their wrestling names, Road Warrior Hawk and Road Warrior Animal. So the Road Warriors were a little bit unique. So what they would do is kind of, as many guys would in the 80s, they would jump around from different promotion, different territories, that sort of thing. They would immediately become top stars. And like that was a little bit unusual. Usually guys would kind of start at the bottom and kind of work their way up bit by bit. And eventually they'd get a shot at the top. But like these guys, they were booked as huge stars immediately everywhere they went. So that was a little bit unique for that time period. And
I guess it definitely makes sense why they're prescient in my memory.
Yeah, and you could see them and be like, oh, fuck, like, what's going on with these guys? Like, you instantly wanted to know more about them, and they looked like killers, which helps in that line of work.
So were these good guys or bad guys?
So at the time that we're going to watch them, they were good guys.
Okay.
They would usually start out as heels, so when they would move to, like, a new territory like Georgia or Minnesota, they'd usually be booked as heels, but because they were so dominant and they looked like such fucking badass motherfuckers, immediately people would just like be like, oh fuck, I like these guys, and they would get over as good guys pretty quick. So they had really intense promos, they had a lot of legitimacy. Like, they did not do anything fancy, they just beat the fuck out of people. Like, that's all they did.
That's all that's required.
I remember in the research I was doing for this, actually, I heard stories of like when these job guys, these enhancement guys, would show up to the arena. If they saw they were matched up against the Road Warriors, sometimes they would just like fucking leave. Like, they did not want to be in the ring because they would get hurt, sometimes legitimately, in these matches, because the Road Warriors knew that their job was to make themselves look strong, and they were willing to do that at the expense of their opponents.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see here. So they would develop a huge following to the point that in wrestling circles, and this is real, I'm not exaggerating this, to right now today, a huge crowd reaction would come to be known as a Road Warrior pop. Like, oh yeah, it was a huge, I got a Road Warrior pop out there. Like, that's sort of like a reference to how popular they were.
So even now, even these days.
Yeah, and you don't really hear people reference that a whole lot, but it's like, it's a known term in insider pro wrestling circles. So
would you say these guys are famous within the wrestling inner circle?
Yeah, I don't think that they made it like past wrestling circles. Like, they're not on the level of a Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair, where their popularity exceeded.
They didn't get movie deals or anything.
No, they never. Yeah, exactly. Their popularity would be akin to, gosh, like a Sting maybe, or I don't know, whoever's like really popular with wrestling, or the Undertaker. You know what? I would say the Road.
Okay.
That would be pretty keen. Like, I've never seen the Undertaker in movies. Like, you're never going to hear an Undertaker rap album. But like, among wrestling fans, if you say
to hear Undertaker rap album,
a little chopped and screwed Taker action,
I would drink his wine.
I'm just saying, the man's retired now. He got time.
Yeah,
so.
all that cab sav he's been brewing up these days. But yeah, so yeah, nothing beyond wrestling, but within wrestling, very, very popular.
Gotcha.
Any questions from your end so far, Ryan?
No, this is my day to day.
Yeah, exactly. This is old hat for Ryan. So with their popularity, it stands to reason eventually they'd find their way to the biggest wrestling company, which, especially back at that point in time, was the WWF. And so our match today is actually going to be a part of that WWF run in the early 1990s. Now, it's also important to note that while the Road Warriors spent time in places like Georgia and Minneapolis and all these other spots, you could make a case that the Road Warriors, as popular as they were in the United States, were even a bigger deal in Japan. And so that is also relevant to today's match. And I know that you guys have a huge...
Hey, we're big in Japan. Yeah,
I've heard that same thing. You guys are like Road Warrior pop levels.
Man, all right, over in Japan, they're all about the Watchin It.
Donnell's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
I feel like every time we mention that we're big in Japan, we're losing Japan.
But we're gaining women. That's what we're doing.
Right. They're a humble society. They don't like being called
women,
out.
Now we're losing them too.
I don't know how to rectify that, but I'm sure you guys will figure it out. So the WWF started a partnership with a Japanese wrestling company called Super World of Sports, otherwise known as SWS.
That sounds super Japanese.
Yeah,
that sounds made up, but I guess everything's made up.
Wait, say it again.
Super World of Sports.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Their tagline was "Straight and Strong." I'm not making that up. That is also real.
It's a wrestling thing. Yeah.
It was a different time.
Yeah. And so these companies, which was really kind of unusual for the WWF, they very rarely partnered with other companies. Even today, they really don't do that. But they agreed to run a series of co-promoted super shows that would feature the top stars from the WWF, featuring the top stars of the SWS, squaring off in the Tokyo Dome. And so, of course, if you're going to have a show of that magnitude in the Tokyo Dome, you're going to want to have the Road Warriors in it. So they are the first component of our match here today, which will be a tag team match in Tokyo, Japan on March 30th, 1991 in a Dream tag team match.
One thing that always actually seemed interesting to me is how big professional wrestling is actually over in Japan. I've always found that slightly weird.
But before I started listening to Hard Mark, I didn't even know they did it over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah,
Ryan,
it's the best shit. Like Japan and fucking wrestling. It's you can't top it. Like
of our top matches. So we haven't watched a ton of Japanese matches, but I think all the ones that we have seen are all in the top 10 currently.
Hands down, it's not even close.
What would you say that you like about these
Japanese?
Japanese?
Just authentic. The people are fucking into that shit out there. Yeah, it's real shit in Japan. Like the death match, like.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. That's right.
I mean,
so when there's a match with American pro wrestlers that go over to Japan, do they cheer for them? Are they like they're the interlopers, or are they respected and cheered for? Or are they just booed the whole time? Like, what's the?
It kind of depends. So originally, the whole reason that pro wrestling is a big deal in Japan is because like in the aftermath of World War II, I think a lot of like the Japanese culture and like their population, they're just sort of like down and like feeling, because before World War II, I think they felt like they were like undefeatable, and there was like this big national pride, and so that had been damaged in the aftermath of World War II. And so what happened was there were Rikidozan was a really big professional wrestler, like probably the biggest professional wrestler in the history of Japan, and he kind of promoted himself as being like this national hero. And so they would fly in United States guys who were like these evil foreign terrors. One of them, even, his name is Freddie Blassie. He used to file his teeth into points. So he looked like this, like a literal fucking monster.
I bet he paid for that later in life. That's dedication.
Yeah. He took that shit real serious. But like Rikidozan would beat all these American guys, and that sort of like helped to bolster the Japanese sort of like sense of self and like their national sort of identity back again. And that was really the catapult of pro wrestling in Japan, was in the aftermath of World War II to do that. So that's why it's like so popular. And now when mixed martial arts started, wrestling definitely took a little bit of a hit at that point in time. But overall, I would say a lot of those American guys, when they come over initially, they're big, bad American heels. Okay. But if they keep coming back over and over, the Japanese will then kind of warm to them, and as they show more fighting spirit over time. Okay. And so the Road Warriors, by the time we watch this match here today, they would have been competing in Japan for like 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
So like they were like a known entity of like, these are bad fucking dudes that we don't want to mess with. But like they were popular, but they weren't like good guys in the traditional sense of like slapping kids' hands and shit like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I guess if you're a professional wrestler in the United States and you get any sort of notoriety, you're most likely going to go over to Japan at some point.
Yeah, especially back in like the 90s, like a lot of the guys who considered themselves to be like wrestlers, they made a point to try and get into Japan. Japan traditionally paid a lot of money to American wrestlers. Okay. Because a lot of times they'd bring them in as like the big bad guys that their national guys could beat up and make themselves look good.
What's big money?
What? God damn it!
You didn't investigate the contracts, Eric.
More than Cactus Jack. Usually it was a couple grand for like a tour, which the tour would be
big money.
Maybe like a couple weeks to like maybe a month. Like it depended on kind of what level of star you were. But like generally speaking, if you were doing a tour of Japan, you were making more than you would if you were just kind of working the U.S. circuit.
Yeah. Well, a couple of grand in like 91, 92 was decent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you were like a really big star, maybe like 5, 10 grand. Who knows? Like it really kind of varied, but it was considered to be like good money. You could very easily make in like the 6 figures if you were doing a lot of tours of Japan. So a lot of guys actually preferred to try and do that if they could. But there's also a lot of kind of dudes who are shitty wrestlers who would never make it in Japan because they expect more of people over
Gotcha.
there.
Yeah, they're serious about it.
They're a little bit more serious. They treat it as more of a sport, and so if you're going to go over there, you can't do it's a totally different style than the United States. Like the Ultimate Warrior, who we've seen a couple matches of, he never would have fucking been able to make it in Japan. Wrestled like too much of a pussy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So these the brothers, do they have any signature moves or anything?
Yeah, so a lot of their moves are like big slams and just like hard clotheslines and shit like that. Like it's not fancy, it's just effective. Their finishing move is called it's the Doomsday Device. I don't know why I forgot that. A lot of guys have gotten their neck broken from it.
Oof. Wow. I would imagine they would shut that down after the first one.
Wrestling was a different thing back in the day.
Yeah. Well, if you're just wrestling with job guys who are making $200 a night, it's not a big deal. They'll go back to their jobs.
I can definitely understand why people would just leave once they.
Yeah. So that's the Doomsday Device. Hopefully, I don't know how much people could hear of that, but it's a cool little move.
Is that going to be displayed in the match we're watching?
I have a feeling we may see an example of that.
Okay.
So that's the first team. Any other questions around the Road Warriors? Face paint, spikes, bad dudes. Big muscle guys.
I did want to point out two things.
Yeah.
So I didn't really do any research, but once you did tell me that that group that you mentioned from a few weeks ago, where that's what the episode's going to be about.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I better look up some pictures just to make sure that I've got the right people in mind and find out later that it's somebody else. I like that they have inverse mohawks.
Yes.
So you have one guy with a mohawk. So first I don't know. Like, which one is that one? The one with the mohawk?
That is Animal,
and then
that
the
is
other
Hawk.
One. And Hawk. Okay. So
Ryan, do you want to get a view of these guys?
One guy's got a mohawk, and the other one basically has male pattern baldness. These
apparently that was a design choice. Hawk requested, "Hey, what if you did a mohawk and then I did the opposite of your hair?" And so that was something that they intentionally did together.
Gotcha.
See, the thing I always thought about with wrestlers and some of them like that, most wrestling, like you said, it's makeup and masks and stuff, but like his hair, like he wakes up Monday morning and like has to swing by the grocery store to get some eggs.
Right, yeah. Or steak.
Or steak, yes.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was like, just certain wrestlers who like their whole persona literally makes them do something where it's like, oh, you can't hide that.
Yeah, you're going to stand out.
You're going to look like that wherever you go.
You're a 280-pound man with, I don't even know what the fuck, a cul-de-sac mohawk. That's hard to, blend in.
I imagine a lot of hats.
I also like that every picture that I can find, Hawk has his tongue out. I've only found like one picture out of literal thousands where he doesn't have his tongue out.
Their signature catchphrase, this isn't in my notes, but just in case you wanted to know, Hawk will always finish their promos with, "Oh, what a rush."
All right, then.
That's what he does. Do you like that, Ryan?
Yes.
Did I give you the tingles with that?
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear it.
Perfect. So, their opponents in the Tokyo Dome here today. Their first opponent is a man by the name of, I'm going to butcher this, I apologize in advance, Genichiro, I think that's it, Genichiro Tenryu. I'm just going to call him Tenryu.
That's way better than I would have done.
We're just all going to agree that that's his name.
For people who listen to Watchin It, we're not good with names either.
Yeah. Tenryu, though. That much I know that's how you pronounce his last name. So we're just going to call him Tenryu. So Tenryu is a former sumo wrestler. Now, he's not gigantic. Like, when you imagine a sumo wrestler, you're thinking like a huge dude. Like, he's big, but he's not sumo big.
Okay. Right.
He's already been wrestling like professionally for a little while. He trained to be a pro wrestler in Texas, of all places, in the mid-1970s before he returned to Japan and became a pretty big star in Japan. Like, he was a big deal over there for a little while. He's actually one of the founders of SWS, so he kind of helped massage the relationship between the WWF and the SWS.
Okay.
Yeah.
Texans are good at that.
Yeah, absolutely. Good at massages. So he competed against all the top foreign wrestlers, including he actually had a little bit of a running feud with the Road Warriors. I remember reading that he had actually, beaten them on a couple of occasions. They had beaten him. So like they had a little bit of a rivalry that they had developed through the 80s, Tenryu and the Road Warriors. However, actually, and real quick, any questions around Tenryu? Not that there's a whole lot to go off of here, but former sumo guy.
So why would he move from sumo? Because my understanding is he would have made a lot more money in sumo if he was any good.
That I'm about to say maybe he wasn't good at it.
So I saw what his rank was. I didn't follow up. He wasn't a Yokozuna level. He wasn't like the top sumo guy. But I think that there was a change from his training camp, like whoever his trainer had retired, and there was like a new person that was coming in, and he did not philosophically agree with this new coach, and so he was like, bye. And he became a pro wrestler by training in Texas, of all places.
Is that very common for sumo to go into pro wrestling in Japan?
It's not unheard of, but it's not common.
Okay.
I mean, I can think of like a very small handful of guys that went from sumo to wrestling. I've never heard of the opposite happening, but I've heard of a couple sumo guys.
Gotcha.
But none of them have really amounted to... I think probably, if I had to guess, Tenryu is the most successful former sumo guy.
Is sumo wrestling like prosperous in Japan? Like you can really...
If you can get to like the top,
you get to the top rank.
I mean,
you're like you're a huge celebrity. Everyone knows you.
Yeah, you're like a Michael Jordan, essentially.
There's also a lot of corruption in sumo. Yeah. Like there's a lot of like fight throwing and shit like that. So it's almost like boxing here.
Yeah. A lot of money
involved, and a lot of like, you need to take a dive in the third round type of shit.
Interesting.
But yeah, the little bit I've kind of researched around sumo, it's a fascinating world of like
it is.
Staying in a dojo with a bunch of other people, and there's all these like sort of internal politics. But yeah, it's interesting. His partner, Tenryu's partner for this dream match, you're never going to guess this. He's never competed against the Road Warriors, despite his long and successful career in Japan. This man, Tenryu's partner, had been given the nickname Ichiban, or number one, by his fans. He starred in commercials. He was so popular in Japan that he had an album recorded about him. He did not record an album. An album was recorded about him. You can
Life goals.
You can find these songs on YouTube, even right now. You can find commercials, which maybe we'll even get a chance to watch one of these commercials about this gentleman as well. This man, one of the most popular Japanese wrestlers of all time, his name is Hulk Hogan.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So Hulk Hogan had never fought them in the States.
He had never wrestled the Road Warriors ever.
Okay.
Yeah, because Hulk Hogan, traditionally good guy wrestler.
Yeah.
Road Warriors, traditionally good guy tag team. Why would you ever put them against each other? But now in Japan, the whole good guy, bad guy dynamic is a little bit looser there.
Okay.
And they were trying to sort of bolster this fledgling promotion. So it's like you take these two fucking huge stars. You take Tenryu, you take Hulk Hogan, who, again, a huge deal in Japan, almost as big as he was in the United States.
Yeah, my understanding is that he spent a lot of time in Japan.
He did. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, as we mentioned, entire album written about him.
You gotta have one.
See, this is very odd to me, though. You would think it would be like you're bringing over the Road Warriors. You would think you would have like the Americans versus the Japanese.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Bringing in another American to help defend against the Americans.
I think the way that they were approaching it was you take the best tag team and you take the best two single guys and you see who's going to win in a match.
Yeah, let's see how much money we can juice out of this. It's like,
and the Tokyo Dome's gigantic, and I think they just wanted to fill that fucking thing up. Ultimately.
If you take these four people who are like the biggest names in all around, you know, everywhere, and then get them all in one room. And
exactly. Did anyone want to? We don't have to, but if anyone wanted to watch a Japanese Hulk Hogan commercial, I have a link.
I certainly do.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday comes again. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday comes again.
So that was basically every Japanese commercial I've ever seen.
Exactly. It was the Simpsons Mr. Sparkle version, but with Hulk Hogan in it.
I'm still confused by the baby, but you know, whatever.
For those that aren't gonna watch it, if you put a link to it in your show, it's Hulk Hogan singing the days of the week and a baby laughing at him, and it's a commercial for an air conditioner.
Yeah, then you're supposed to buy an air conditioning unit from that.
I mean, it sold me, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's not just Japan. You could sell that in America too.
Right.
Yeah.
I really want to. I would really like to be like a fly on a wall in like a Japanese focus group.
Oh man!
Is there anything that you would tweak about that commercial to make it more effective, Robert, or is that about what you would want from an air conditioner?
I would have made the words that appeared on the screen rainbows.
Yeah,
you know, because there were clouds.
Yeah, I think more animated characters would have been good, like a little dragon like popping out of the air conditioner, like and then instead of fire, he breathes cold air.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah,
on the baby's skin.
See,
I would have made the baby look like one
it.
of those brothers with the spiked shoulder pads.
Get him a little wrestling get up.
That would have been good. Yeah. So that was the whole. But again, Hulk Hogan, big deal in Japan.
Yep.
Like again, maybe not necessarily like he wasn't in Japanese movies or anything, but he was very, very popular.
Yeah.
But the Hulk Hogan in Japan, he was a little bit different, as we saw in the commercial.
He doesn't have the George Foreman grill. He has the Hulk Hogan air conditioner.
Exactly, Hulk Hogan air conditioner, equally as popular though. So Hulk in Japan, he did not pose. He did not play to the crowd, and he definitely did not Hulk up. So he was a completely different style of wrestling, and as we've talked about, Hulk, like in Japan, they care more about the sport than they do the performance. And so Hulk, when he would go there, it was a lot more of a serious-minded Hulk that would do a little bit more like wrestling maneuvers than he would sort of playing to the crowd.
Yeah, because he had like a completely different like special move over there too, right?
Yes. So his finishing move in the United States was like this big leg drop where he would kind of like summon all the power from the fans and then he'd hit the guy with a couple punches and then he'd drop the leg on him. In Japan, it was the Axe Bomber, which if you listen closely during our match, you may hear him yell out, Axe Bomber! Which is just a running lariat where you just clothesline the guy in the throat.
Nice.
But I would say if I had to summarize Hulk in Japan, he was much more aggressive and he wrestled a much more technical style overall. And so that's our match, pitting the dominant Road Warriors against the dream team of Hulk Hogan and Tenryu in a match in the middle of the Tokyo Dome.
I'm very excited about this.
Yeah, this is
I was excited when you told me that you were going to get the Road Warriors on, but now we've got Hulk Hogan and this other guy who's super famous. I'm super excited about this.
This should be good. Last thing I'll mention, and then if people have questions, great. But I did want to note there are some different rules in Japan versus like American pro wrestling. For example, in the United States, you usually have a 10 count to return to the ring. In Japan is a 20 count. So the idea is you can spend
strictly enforced all the time.
Ryan.
Yeah.
What is that supposed to mean? Just if people aren't picking up on your subtext here, are you insinuating that the counts are not adhered to? Is that what you're saying?
Just slightly. That's only slightly what I'm saying. But
Noted.
Yes. We'll see in this match.
We will.
You said 20?
20.
Okay, yeah.
20-second count. Exactly. Also, in Japan, when you were outside of the ring, traditionally, and I've never seen an official rule book, so I can't speak to it, but usually you can use weapons on your opponent, whereas in the United States, that's typically going to be grounds for disqualification.
What
like
kind
a
of
snake.
weapons? Is this like the Thunderdome? Do they have
is it a kendo
swords and stuff? Like
It's a baking sheets, like, you know, like
I'm getting a lot of questions here thrown about, but it's usually going to be chairs.
Oh, okay.
Chairs and whatever happened, like a guardrail, for example, tables,
Gotcha.
things that you would organically find.
So they don't get to bring weapons.
No, not usually. Not that I've seen. I mean, I suppose you could, but there is probably not going to be a kendo stick, for example. No baking sheets. It'd be things that you would ordinarily find in the Tokyo Dome. But again, traditionally, if you're outside of the ring, it's frowned upon, but you can use them, and it will not be grounds for immediate.
So you don't have to like hide it from the ref.
Yeah, you don't need to distract the ref. You can just kind of do it as long as you're outside of the ring.
All right.
All right. And so before we watch the match, Ryan, is there anything that Robert should know before he watches his very first pro wrestling match here today? Any insight, any information?
Hulk Hogan is my guy. You know, I think we've seen how highly he rates on my.
We'll see the list in a bit.
So I'm just saying,
But there is a clear Hulk section of our list that happens to be occupying a good chunk of the 20s.
I just want Robert to be prepared for how I view Hulk Hogan.
How are you going to feel if Robert's opinion of this match differs strongly from yours?
What is your opinion on this match?
Well, he hasn't
I
seen it yet. But when we get to the ranking, what if he's trying to argue?
I think my guys are going to destroy your guy.
I'm all for the.
Oh snap!
This is tough because I love Japanese wrestlers and they're so it may be it will change my opinion on Hulk Hogan and how he interacts with.
What's your opinion of Hulk Hogan now? I didn't know you had one.
Like lower 20s, like
that's the word association. What do you think of Hulk Hogan? Lower 20s.
Yeah, so we'll see.
What
between 1 and 10? Where's the lower 20s?
Lower 20s. What do you not? What specifically do you not like about Hulk Hogan? Just so we're all clear on it.
He's a super Hulk Hogan flashy fucking guy. Like
he's a little too much himself.
He's
Hulk Hogan just toned down the Hulk Hogan.
That's
if he could be less Hulk Hogan, that'd be great.
Is it the crowd stuff? Like you don't like him?
I love the crowd interaction. Anytime the crowd gets into it, but it's just he's very like overly flashy to me. Like when I watch him. And
have you been paying attention to the wrestling and how it works?
I mean, it sounds like this might be the match for Ryan and Hogan then, because
I think this could be like he's tag teaming with a Japanese guy who I'm gonna love. I know this. So
okay. I don't know. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay. So I know we're getting to the predictions phase.
Once.
So I do have a question.
Yeah.
Where in the respective careers of these people are they? Beginning and middle.
Hulk is I would still say that Hulk is in his prime.
Okay.
Always.
So Ryan thinks that I have like this Hulk bias.
Do y'all need a moment?
I don't know where this is coming
we've
from.
Stepped in the middle of something here, Robert.
I'm always very forthcoming when it comes to Hulk Hogan matches about like what I think is really going on. I do not have a Hulk bias, despite what Ryan may tell you. What the fuck did you say just now before that got me on this weird tangent? Because you totally upended what I was going to say.
He's always in his prime.
Okay, this is 1991. So Hulk really became a national guy right around like 85 to 87. Mm-hmm. So like this is a couple years into that run, but like Hulk would go on like in the 90s to still be
reality
very
show.
prominent.
Mm-hmm.
The reality show would be after that. I would say the reality show was towards the end.
The reality show was in the early 2000s.
Reality show was on the decline of that.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. He might still be in his prime. I don't know if you ask Eric. Like,
shut up. Anyway, but yeah, I would say Hulk is in his prime. The Road Warriors, they were probably also in their prime. Maybe like, yeah, I would also say they're sort of towards the end of their prime. Nobody knew it at that particular point in time. But I think most people, if you were to say Road Warriors, they would think of the 1980s version of the Road Warriors.
Okay.
When they were like young and just fucking killing dudes.
Okay.
But in Japan, it was very much like that's what they were.
Okay.
Tenryu, I'm less familiar with him than the other guys, but I think that he was a little bit older, so I think he was probably on the tail end of his prime, but he was also kind of the main figurehead of this SWS company.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
And we'll kind of make the prediction as we're watching the match itself, so you don't need to commit to anything just yet. Cool. Then we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll watch our match. We'll come back with our thoughts. Thank you very much, everybody. Hey, you scallywag. It's Eric Donaldson, from the Hard Mark Podcast. Yeah, it's me again. You're probably wondering what's Eric been up to this time. Well, I've got a couple things. Let me rap at you for a little bit. First and foremost, as I'm sitting here recording, you're hearing my luscious tones. You'll never guess what I'm wearing. I am wearing a Hard Mark t-shirt. I also happen to be wearing a Hard Mark hoodie. I'm drinking out of a Hard Mark water bottle. And, I really couldn't be more pleased with my purchases. So, if you want to help support the show, also get yourself some pretty cool swag in the meantime. Sport the colors of the Markamaniac gang. Follow the link. It is in the show notes. You can also find it on our link tree for our merchandise page. I think you'll be very happy with any purchase that you make. But that's neither here nor there. I certainly appreciate the time that anyone gives or the money that you're so willing to impart to help support the program, but that's not the main reason I'm here. The main reason I'm here, I had the pleasure of guesting on Kamen Ride With Me. That's right. Kamen Ride With Me is a podcast focusing on and I'm going to do my best here, tokusatsu genre, which is not a type of ramen. If you're like me, or you probably heard tokusatsu and you're like, oh, I've had that ramen before. You have not. That's not ramen. What it is it's a live action genre that makes use of special effects and action. So think like Power Rangers is probably the most accessible thing that most of you have experienced in your lives. And while the show usually features Kamen Rider, I was the very special guest on a very special episode featuring Kaiju Big Battle, which is like a mixture of a Godzilla movie and pro wrestling all in front of a live audience. So you have people going through buildings, and they're all, one guy's dressed like a big hamburger thing, and another person's dressed like a giant ape with a diaper. These aren't real things, but it's pretty much a very fair comparison of what it really is in real life. I will admit, there was some hesitation on my part, but after I got over my hang-ups, I was won over by the athletic feats of such stars as Super Potato, and I came away with a new understanding and appreciation for a corner of the pro wrestling world that I had not experienced before. So I challenge anyone to not love Super Potato. I dare you. Not only that, but we got heavy into the Burger King Kids Club lore. We really got down that rabbit hole, kind of, sussing out Wheels and the gang, figuring out, where they all stand. And of course, plenty of talk about the pro wrestling universe as it stands today. Anyone who's not a big pro wrestling fan, this is a very exciting time to get in on the ground floor of pro wrestling. So I highly encourage anybody, if you're not following the current product, reach out to me. I'll get you all squared away. But I had a great time with Kip, so check out the newest episode just released this week. And if you're interested in learning more about Kamen Rider specifically and or tokusatsu in general, Kamen Ride With Me is a great show to get your feet wet. They actually have a very similar premise to Hard Mark of an expert introducing a new fan into that world. So well worth your time, and they are available everywhere you can find this fine little program that you happen to be listening to right now. And with all that said, let's get back to those Watchin It boys. I'm sure they're sick of me yabbering on. So let's see what Ryan, Watchin It, everybody thought of Hulk Hogan, Tenryu versus the Road Warriors. Back to you, boys. We're back. We just watched Hulk and Tenryu take on the Road Warriors in the middle of the Tokyo Dome. Ryan, what did you think of the match? We'll just go around a little bit. What did everyone think of the match? Ryan,
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really solid match. I felt Hulk was out of his element a little bit.
Okay,
not.
I mean, he was simultaneously in his element, but in a different element.
He was,
I would say.
It was a
different Hulk, as we saw, because he knocked over at least 3 innocent bystanders. At the very start of that match.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to be a little more humble, but he wasn't really entering the ring. But
I think he was just in all that jet lag, probably.
But it felt like he was really there. Like he was really passionate about what he wanted to complete that match. He didn't do it.
Right.
But, he wanted to.
I meant to say this before we got started. So Ryan's record going into this match here today, he is at an 18-18 record. Unfortunately, Ryan took an L here today.
I mean, you could debate that, I think. On the match ended.
It was one of those moral victories that
lost on a technicality.
Yeah.
I mean, Hulk and Tenryu were the ones in the ring with the Hulk's music playing at the end there, throwing up their fists. So
a moral victory for the Hogan Tenryu team.
Yeah.
Robert, that was the very first wrestling match you've ever seen.
Yeah, that's the first full wrestling match I've ever seen.
What did you think?
First, the athleticism is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're picking, these guys weigh what, 250?
At least, yeah.
And
at least more.
For a long time, they're just picking each other up like crazy and throwing each other around, which is something, just I would never be able to do.
Sure.
I seem to recall that I've seen an opening for a US match. It wasn't very much of a spectacle, them coming in. There's a little bit there, they just kind of walk in, but it wasn't like a modern US match, I would say, where they make they got a big runway,
fireworks,
and,
a big
all
show.
sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
It was crazy. First of all, would you say that's a normal match? Just that's so much chaos with it was hard to tell. I lost track of them a lot because they just went in different directions. And
no, I would not say that was a normal match. I mean, Ryan of the this is now the 37th match that we've watched here together. I think, which is fucking nuts.
It was,
but it was more chaotic. The frequent sort of back and forth. Not only just because there's a lot of back and forth in a traditional match, but this was just very sudden jerks of now one team's in control, now the other team, now they're all going to run at the same time. Usually for a tag team match, it's there's little bit more
good
structured.
Amount of one-on-one going on,
and
some clean tags. Where this one was no, everything was just
And there was a lot of frequent moments where you'd have two pairs, one guy or one pair would be out in the stands, and then the other pair would be out in the ring, and so you had two bits of action happening.
Or you would have two of them on separate sides of the
or you would start with two guys outside of the ring, two guys in the ring, and while you cut to the two guys in the ring, when you cut back to the guys who are supposed to be in the ring, one of them's lying outside the ring. Like,
I feel like that's pretty common in like a tag team match. There's always kind of a fucking mess. Like they try to like tag him, and like there's two guys in the ring all the time, and they're out. You know, it's like that's what you expect when you watch it.
Usually the attention is focused in the ring, though. There's not usually
this
a
was
lot
all
of stuff
over the
happening.
fucking place. Yeah. But
right.
you know,
they got in the bleachers a little bit. Fans getting involved.
Yeah. But I think it was a good. So it was not a great representation of like a standard tag team match. I think it was a really good representation of the Road Warriors. I think it was like interesting to be able to incorporate also Hulk Hogan, who you're familiar with, maybe not necessarily in a wrestling sense directly, but yeah. Anything else that we should mention before I get into my notes on the match?
The only thing I want to throw out is that 20 count is some BS right there.
Yeah.
There were multiple times they were out there for like 45 seconds a minute,
Sure.
and then all of a sudden the 20 count stands. What's going on?
I mean, I think my biggest takeaway is there are rules, but they don't matter.
Yeah, that's
They
fair.
don't seem to matter
Until
at
they
all.
do.
they brought
like-
a fucking chair right into the middle of the match. Like really,
That was a little jarring.
and then they like kick the refs out. Like you know,
Yeah.
like I mean,
Yeah. So the idea with the whole like 10 count, 20 count thing is like, in theory, if you're outside of the ring, there's going to be like this running count. However, if you were the referee, if someone like gets in your way, or if you have to like chastise somebody, be like, hey, you need to get back to your corner, that sort of thing, in theory, because your back was turned on the guy who's outside of the ring, you don't know if they maybe made their way back in and they came back out.
Yeah.
So you have to, by that point in that logic, you have to then restart the count over again. So if you get
I know.
interrupted, then it starts.
At the end of that match, there were clearly 3 guys in ref uniforms in the ring, so not one of them could have kept the count going all the other times.
But that was after the
I know.
match was called.
Where were those other two? Where were the other 2 refs during the whole fight?
They were not licensed and credited for that particular fight.
I just feel like you got Hogan and the Road Warriors. We saw the chaos that was. You prepped one guy for that match. You knew what was going down. You knew what was going down. That is unprepared right there.
That's fair.
So what you're saying is like you can get away with anything if you can get one of your guys to distract the judge.
That's
basically.
absolutely
Okay.
like if you had to like narrow down a theme of professional wrestling, it's like anything goes if the referee doesn't see it.
Gotcha.
That's
just
fair.
blind
Cheating.
the referee right at the start. That's
Right, exactly. I'm a little surprised. I mean, in Japan, it's a little bit less common, but frequently, especially in United States wrestling matches, you'll see like the referee will get run into, and then that's when all the fucking chaos just emerges from the match.
Okay.
So that's very common. I'm sure Ryan and I have seen matches like that before too. Okay, so my match notes. So the Road Warriors enter to Iron Man from Black Sabbath. I thought that was fucking cool because like in the WWF they never got to do that.
Where they usually come in.
The WWF has their own in-house music production.
Okay.
So like their music was like cool, but it wasn't like Black Sabbath cool.
Gotcha.
So it was nice to be able to see that, especially in the middle of like the Tokyo Dome, which was just an impressive sight. Any thoughts on the Hulk Hogan Tenryu promo?
I like I said when we were watching it, is I really like that the Hulk was just there, very stoic, very quiet, like almost like, why am I here?
Yeah.
And then as soon as the microphone got in front of him, he just went full Hulk.
Yeah.
And like just,
I also just like the class between him and Tenryu and their person. Tenryu's just all calm, collected, and then Hulk's like, blah.
It was pretty good.
Now, had they fought together before on the same team or against each other?
I don't think so. So the next show after this, Hulk and Tenryu actually had a one-on-one match against each other.
Oh, okay.
Which I've not actually seen, so I can't speak to its quality.
Okay.
But yeah, to my knowledge, they were probably familiar with each other, but I don't think that they ever teamed before. It was kind of a dream match to put these two single guys up against the Road Warriors. So then we have the Hulk entrance, which are maybe my favorite part of this whole match.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
He pushed over one cameraman, and then when the ring boy was holding the ropes open so that Hulk could get in the ring easier, he literally shoved the guy off of the apron to the floor.
Yep.
And then he kicked a cameraman in the camera and knocked him on his ass.
Yeah.
This is the kind of man I want in my baby air conditioner.
I'm really surprised he didn't kick that baby in that
So you had
commercial.
commented while we were watching it, like this would never happen in the U.S. version and stuff. I mean, I'm guessing like just because of the time, and there wasn't really the internet as we know it, that he just nobody knew that he was this this character.
Yeah,
in Japan.
I think there was a certain element of that. I think he was just like, again, he was a little bit more aggressive. He wrestled a different style in Japan. In the United States, he was very child friendly. So like the concept of him shoving an innocent person would have never happened on WWF TV, but in Japan, I guess. I suppose it was more expected of him over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was good. Did you seem to appreciate the more aggressive Hulk, Ryan?
I thought he was fighting for something in this match. That's what I thought. Like,
yeah,
it wasn't flashy moves. It was like he was holding up his teammates. His teammate didn't do shit. The entire match.
You're not a big Tenryu fan.
He was coming in doing what he could. Yeah,
Tenryu just writhed on the ground.
I don't want to be hard on the dude, but I'm like, I don't know why he was there. And you said that their next match was Tenryu versus Hulk, and I'm just like, after seeing that performance in the Road Warriors, I don't know how well that match is going to play out.
Yeah.
To see them fight against each other, that would be an interesting watch.
Maybe I'll try and set that up. Yeah, we'll see. But I've never seen that match, so again, I can't speak to it. I think, if I had to guess, I think that Tenryu was there to be the one taking the majority of the Road Warriors moves. Because like Hulk Hogan, huge star, you don't want to fucking hurt him. The Road Warriors have to make their shit look good. So it's like, okay, we need somebody in there who can like take the Doomsday device. We need somebody who can get tossed the fuck around. Okay, Tenryu will do it. That'll be fun. And he did it to the best of his ability.
How did they sell that to him? Like, hey, we want you to get in this ring.
Money.
You're going to get the crap kicked out of you for 20 minutes.
And it's funny too because he's like the boss of the SWS, so like it was like his company.
That's what I was thinking about. Yeah,
but he took one for the team, so you gotta respect it.
That's a dedicated professional right there.
Absolutely. Let's see. So now the match actually gets started. So we kind of have a little bit of back and forth between Road Warrior Animal, who is the bulkier of the Road Warriors, and Tenryu. The kind of Road Warriors displaying his power. That's when Hulk gets tagged in. Hulk's kind of muscling Animal around. They trade a few shots. I think the first big moment of the match was when both Road Warriors pressed Tenryu and Hulk up above their heads.
That was cool. That was cool.
Stereo slams onto the mat.
Yeah.
So here I've got a question about the overall, wrestling world.
Yeah.
How much of it is scripted versus how much of it is just happening on the fly? Like, clearly they know, like, okay, I'm going to lift you up now. Like, you kind of, they're clearly like communicating on the stage about what they're going to do. But I mean, like, do you think that was planned that they were going to do that, or did it just happen?
For the most, so this isn't always the case. There have been guys who would literally like script out their entire matches from beginning to end. I don't suspect that happened in this particular case. Okay. My hunch is that the guys went in there, they knew how the match was going to be ending, and then maybe they had a couple of things that they had talked about in advance.
I must say, from what I've heard is it's always like they have some set pieces that are going to happen. Like, I feel like that double press was definitely a set piece.
I can see,
we're going to do this, but a lot of that chaos outside the ring is just like, okay, I feel like wrestling is a lot of, like I said, you have some set pieces, but there's also just a lot of improvisation. Like, okay, how do we get from point A to point B is up to you guys. Make it look good, do some stuff. But
like at some point, make your way into the thing so we can do our special
we have some things that we want to hit.
Yeah, and a lot of times you'll see, if you're really looking for it, which like I try not to, but sometimes it's obvious. But like you'll see if like a guy has another guy in a headlock, you'll see them kind of like whispering back and forth to each other. That's usually them saying like, okay, I'm going to whip you into the ropes, duck the clothesline, blah, 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 blah. So most of it is called on the fly based on the audience reaction. There have been times where people have literally concocted their match in advance and performed it, but that's not the norm.
Yeah.
Generally speaking. Double slams. Donnell, I remember you asked the question around, what is the ring made out of? Just to clarify, because Ryan loves giving his half-truths and presenting them as if they're actual facts. It's the ring itself is wooden planks. Yeah. It has
springy wooden planks.
It's wood.
Okay.
I feel like this is a conversation that's happened plenty of times.
And then like a pad about yay thick, I don't know, like an inch or two thick, something like that, basically just to kind of cushion you from that wood. And then there's, some metal pieces just to kind of give the ring a little bit of give so you're not just bouncing off of a hard wooden ring. Mm-hmm. But that's like the construction of the ring itself.
All right. Yeah, I've always wondered that even from back when I was watching wrestling.
Yeah.
I noticed they had a lot of padding outside the ring.
Yeah, there were.
Didn't sound like it helped though. Some of them slams outside of the ring.
Yeah, those had like the blue mats. I mean, who knows? It seems like every gym in
that's what it looked like. And I mean, I've walked in those mats, and I've always thought about. I've always thought about if I was thrown down on one of these mats, like it's not going to feel good,
right? And I think so. In the Tokyo Dome, the ring is like on this elevated wooden stage, and so like around the ring, they had the wooden mats, or not wooden mats, the blue mats on top of like the wooden stage area.
I did notice that rink had red, white, and blue all over it, even though it was the Japanese.
Yeah. And that ring seemed a little bit stiffer than some of the United States rings, I'd say. Like I was watching the bumps because those are like big dudes. You're going to see the ring give if it's like a 300-pound man. That ring didn't have a whole ton of give to it, from what I could tell. There wasn't a whole lot of shake to it. And then of course, Ryan, if you want to make any trampoline references or anything.
I think I did. I made it clear to Donnell what that ring actually is during the match.
What it actually is? Yeah. Good. Perfect.
I don't want to give anyone misled here.
No, please. Yeah. Please give people the real scoop on all these things. Okay. So we have the double slams. Where to leave off my notes here? We saw a leg up.
There's at least two.
Well, there's a true leg up is when the guy gets thrown in the corner and then he counters a move by putting his leg up.
Yeah.
The other thing that you're talking about was like an offensive boot to a running opponent. It's slightly different. The mechanics are the same.
Right.
But in the leg up,
counter versus an attack.
A counter versus an attack. Thank you. Defense versus offense, etc. We saw a little bit of offense from Tenryu, as we talked about, was really just there to get his ass kicked.
Mm-hmm. He did it well.
He did it well. The main thing that Tenryu did, like offensively in this move, so there's a move called an inzugiri, which is like a running kick to the back of a guy's head. He did that like 6 times. I think the only other move I can think of that Tenryu did during that match was like one power bomb.
Yeah.
And then he immediately got clotheslined right after.
Yeah, I thought when he did the power bomb, like, oh, this is when Tenryu gets his
I thought it was going to be a
and then 2 seconds later, he's clotheslining back outside the ring. You're like, never mind.
He took a hit. Like he was up on one of their shoulders, and then
the Doomsday Device. Yes.
I mean, shit.
I kind of expected more aerial stuff, like them getting on the corners and jumping into the middle of the ring. That didn't really happen a whole lot.
No, and ordinarily, especially with guys like that size, that's not what they did. Like you're kind of running a dangerous game, especially in those rings being as stiff as they are. Like you're probably going to get hurt.
Yeah.
280-pound guys. Some of the matches that Ryan and I have seen with other dudes from Japan who are a little bit lighter, kind of closer to the 200-pound range, they'll do a lot more.
It's fucking impressive, like what they do. It's amazing.
The aerial stuff is mainly for the kind of cruiserweight kind of guys, the smaller dudes. One of my brother's favorite wrestlers back in the day was Rey Mysterio Jr. And that was all about the bouncing off the ropes, going through the air, all that sort of stuff. So
we've heard him referenced actually on episode 21 with Tony Tate. Tony Tate also has a favorite wrestler who is Rey Mysterio. We haven't gotten to Rey, but eventually I'm sure we will. How about that drop kick where Hawk literally leaped in the air, kicked both of his feet into
his throat?
Into his throat. That was fucking ridiculous.
Oh, man.
Oh, gosh. I loved that. That was funny. And then that's when the brawl outside happened. So Hawk and Hulk Hogan are fighting outside. They're using like the barricades, chairs, etc.
Throwing tables.
You don't actually see it, but basically Hulk just shows up and he's like, I'm bleeding now. So presumably my guess is just from the looks of the blood, it looked like he bladed himself, which we've talked about blading before. Ryan,
every single fucking match he's bladed himself. He never actually gets hit. It's always he's fucking bladed himself.
And as we've talked about, Ryan, if you had to carry a blade on you, you'd probably do it in your mouth, right? That would be your preferred method.
Where does he carry it?
He carries it. So he has wrist tape.
Yeah,
I think. Actually, no. Well, I don't know. Hulk either does the wrist tape,
right, which is safe,
or I have seen him put his blade away in his trunks before.
I think I put it in my mouth before either of those two places.
So you go mouth
while you're fighting with a blade in your mouth.
Well, I mean, you got your wrist, you got your nice veins here, or your tongue, your crotch,
or your tongue,
or your tongue. Any of those would be.
I feel like any place would be better than. I mean, maybe not your mouth, but like you could certainly find a safer place than.
Right.
But I mean, he needs quick access because he does all the fucking time, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And then shortly afterwards, Hawk started bleeding. None of us.
No one knows.
I think he was bleeding from the beginning. I saw it really early. I think his face was like
very
unless that was something.
It was masked by his makeup at first.
Was it?
Yeah.
But later on, it became very obvious that he was just bleeding.
Yeah, he was the one bleeding the most, but it was unclear when it started.
Yeah.
Hulk took him in the
Probably
back
one of
and-
the times he got hit in the face with a chair.
seems reasonable, but I'm sure both guys bladed themselves. I
Yeah.
mean, that's ordinarily how that happens.
That's dedication to the craft.
It sure is. I mean, especially if you have hair. In theory, you could like blade up like where your hair is covering it, and then it wouldn't be as noticeable. But like these are
Why
bald
can't you
men.
just put it
That would
in like
hurt.
your sock or something? Like, well, I don't understand like what the
I don't know.
You gotta
Carry a
have
squib and just smash it on
There's,
your
like,
forehead.
much
Like,
safer
fake it.
places.
Fake
Ease
it.
of access, man. You gotta have ease of access.
Just
You
carry it
gotta
between your
shop.
toes, and it'll be fine. Listen to Ryan's got a lot
We're not
of
talking
great
about
ideas.
shooting up heroin here, okay? We're trying
Let's see here. A little bit of back and forth. The double clothesline, that seemed to get a big reaction here when
Yeah.
like Animal and Hulk clotheslined one another.
Yeah. I bust out laughing because of how unlikely that would actually ever work.
It looks physically impressive.
Yeah.
You're right. Like that would never happen in real life.
Both
But
guys'
like,
momentum instantly stops when
Yeah.
they're both in the air. So it's like it's not much of a clothesline.
Right.
I will say it looked great, but
Yeah.
my logical self was just like, there's no way in hell that did anything to anyone.
right. Then we start. So I think all the guys are sort of getting a little tired at this point. We started seeing a fair amount of chin locks. Robert, you seem to be a big chin lock fan.
Yeah, that seems like the hug and that they do in boxing. You know,
Right.
kind of like
Yeah.
where they're like both getting tired.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Quick breather here.
Yeah, usually those are used to kind of give them a little bit of a rest so they're not bouncing back and forth between the ropes the whole time, and also so they can sort of establish, okay, what are the next like series of moves that we're going to be doing to each other, sort of thing is. And then right around that point in the match, that's when Tenryu starts getting thrown out to the ring like over and over and over and over again. Poor Tenryu. I mean, what else can you really say about Tenryu besides he got
I
his
thought
ass
he was going to
kicked?
be something. I really
I thought we're in Japan.
Yeah.
He's
high
the
expectations
home
for
talent.
it. Yeah.
I was
mean,
expecting something.
I kinda felt like
And
he
he
was-
looked great too. He looked great, like fit coming in. Like he looked like he was going to really like maybe not a big bulky wrestler, but he looked fucking great. And
You seem surprised that he was a former sumo wrestler because he's really not.
yeah,
that
he's
big.
slimmed down. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see it, but he looked like he was ready to like hop in there and do some shit, and he just didn't at all.
Yeah, he seemed like he was just a guy.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
He did. He
He
just
could have pulled in
He
somebody
didn't really
from the
have like
300
a
section.
fancy costume, or he didn't have makeup
No.
or
Yeah.
anything like that. He
Black
had like
trunks.
he like hadn't had a haircut in a while. Like
He's just living that quarantine life.
I was gonna say, are we sure this was Tenryu and not just somebody like, hey, can you step in?
It's hard to say. But then that basically leads us to the end of the match. So that's when a bunch of brawling happens. So the only one that I knew for a fact was the legal man, quote unquote, which means that you were tagged in and you were the active participant in the match, was Hulk. Hulk had been out the ring for a while, so that checks out. I have no idea which one of the Road Warriors was the legal man, but at a certain point after like Hawk clobbers Hulk with a chair, they both run back into the ring and they made it just in time for the end of that count out. So that's
major BS on this whole match.
that is the first time in the history of Hard Mark that a match has ended via count out.
Oh, wow.
I feel like it's at least ended on something else. If not a count out. I don't know.
There was a match between Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey that ended via disqualification because
Was that
Charlotte.
the only one?
As far as I'm aware, that is the only. So most of them have ended via pinfall.
Right.
Maybe there's a submission in there somewhere. I know there was like an I Quit match that we watched, but most of them had been pinfall. But this is the first time we've ever seen a match via count out. And this whole time you were talking shit about how like that never happens.
Because in Japan they fucking give a shit about the rules instead of the US where they just fucking let that
There you go.
So this is unrelated to this match, Eric, but because like I said, I have been getting kind of watching different wrestling matches.
Yeah.
A lot of the matches I've been watching have been like 2005 and on. And maybe it's just my memory from my childhood being different, or maybe the difference between WCW and WWF are kind of bigger. And I feel like back when I was into wrestling, submission holds happened a lot more, and like those were any of the matches where I feel like all the matches I've been watching lately have all been pinfall. And so would you say like submission holds are on the decline, or has it always been this way?
What's a pinfall?
So a pinfall is when you cover your opponent and then the referee is counting.
Oh, okay.
So if the referee counts to 3, that's the end of the match. You've won by pin.
Okay.
That's how the vast majority of matches end is by you pinning your opponent. I don't know. See, there's still a lot of people that use submission finishing moves in wrestling, but it seems like it's more towards the end of the match. Like a lot of, whereas before, like in the 90s and early 2000s and stuff, you'd probably see guys using submission holds as like a rest hold in the middle of the ring. Now it seems like they'll use a dive and they'll both kind of lay outside of the ring more. So if somebody does use a submission, it'll usually be at like the end of the match, and that'll either lead directly to a pin or they'll submit their opponent or whatever.
Yeah, that's why I haven't seen too many submission wins.
Like, and nothing that we saw in this match would ever, like, if any of those guys had quit because of the chin lock, those fans would have thrown their pillows into the ring.
Pillows? They would have been throwing chairs. Everybody else was throwing chairs.
Yeah, they're throwing babies and air conditioners into the ring is what would happen. But so the Road Warriors officially win by count out. Hulk and Tenryu. They're pissed. They come in. There's like a weird brawl afterwards where like
everyone who came in just got hit with a fucking chair.
I understand that. Is that acceptable just in this world where you just beat up all the referees at the end of the match?
If you're the Road Warriors, yes.
I would say literally.
If you're anyone else, no.
I watched a dude. He's in a green jumpsuit. He climbs up into the ring. As soon as he steps in the ring, he gets smashed with a chair, and then he politely goes over to the side of the ring and steps back out. Like he got in the ring to get hit by a chair, so he could politely leave.
He's like, "I'm coming in, guys." Okay, I know.
No, never mind.
One chair is enough for me. I'm out.
So there you go. So that's the match. Anything else that I missed that we should mention before we move on to the science?
No.
I think this was a fantastic match for my first time. Good. I had no idea. It was so much chaos. I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. Next time, if we do it again, maybe we'll find something a little bit less busy.
I tell you what, I was surprised at how much I got into it and enjoyed it. I think it's because there were other people around. I don't think I would if I was alone, sitting at home alone and stuff. But it was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. I and especially if anyone ever gets the chance to watch a live pro wrestling show. It's hard to have a bad time when you're just in that sort of environment.
I think if you Eric were to say, hey, I got tickets to the Tacoma Dome or something,
right?
And you were like, hey, let's go see this match, I'd be like, I'll do that.
Sure,
I'll do that once in my life.
Absolutely.
I'll say for my closing thing is that the Japanese wrestling, I have to agree with Ryan. It's something else. Like, I'm not putting down what we're doing over here. I've been watching what we're doing over here quite a bit, but that was a spectacle that I was not expecting.
Yeah.
And very enjoyable.
Have you watched any Japanese wrestling before, Donnell?
This was probably. I mean, I've seen little clips here and there, and stuff. But this is. I mean, while this is Robert's first match as a whole, this was my first full Japanese wrestling match, and it was something else. I enjoyed it.
Nice. Ryan, I believe I sent you the link to our list.
You did.
Do you have that accessible?
I do. You wanted me to rate this. Is that?
Well, yeah, that's what we do every.
Is this Ryan's first time on the podcast?
You're like, what, 40 episodes in? Give us the formula.
Episode 31. So where are you thinking?
It was a good match. It really was. I did enjoy it. I would say like easily top 15.
Okay, maybe not top 10, but top 15.
Yeah.
Okay, Robert, do you feel
the mid-teens?
Do you? I don't know what everyone's thoughts on this match is. I'm going to be an impartial, observer.
This is the best wrestling match I've ever seen.
Robert is going to be pissed if you do not rank this number one.
My guys won. That's all that's important.
That's true.
I mean, I'm not sure where Ryan's leaning, but I got to say, for me, I think the only disappointing part for me is that I was really expecting more out of Tenryu.
Okay, sure.
And I get that, like you said, he was there to be the sacrificial lamb, but I was like, we're in Japan. This is his home territory. I was expecting some more out of him.
Yeah.
So that's the only disappointing part of this match for me.
A quick note, and not that this necessarily affects your ranking, Ryan, but I think the reason why the match ended the way that it did. So you have Hulk Hogan, who's like the WWF champion at that point in time. Right. You have Tenryu, who's the top star of the SWS, and you have the Road Warriors, who they have their own reputation in Japan. So you can't beat any of those guys cleanly in a way that's decisive. So the way that you leave that more open-ended is, they got counted out and it's kind of a bullshit finish. So that happened a lot in like the 80s especially.
I think that's fine. I like the end of the match. I like when that shit happens and they just go in with fucking chairs and like the refs get knocked out and like anyone who's coming in just gets hit with the fucking chair.
So that's a positive.
Yes, that was fine. That didn't bother me that much. I mean, I thought we should fucking win that. I thought it was we had the right pick.
Me and
John. I think
where are we?
I kind of want to go like 13. I kind of want to go 13.
What's 13 right now?
I think it pushes it ahead of.
Let me open that up. I just want to double check your science here.
Yeah.
Not that I not that I doubt that your scientific findings.
It was actually a pretty good match. I could go probably a little bit higher, but I think
so. While he's determining where he rates this match, you are wearing an interesting shirt. I've been meaning to ask about this whole time. So it says it's a white shirt with some black lining and black letters on it that say "Suplex City Bitch." Yeah, what is that?
It's a reference to an offhand comment that was made by a professional wrestler in the middle of a wrestling match.
Okay.
Brock Lesnar, who has not made an appearance on Hard Mark yet.
He has not, really?
No.
I've been watching a lot of Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. That's
Brock Lesnar is a good watch, but there was a match where he suplexed, which is a professional wrestling move where you basically just throw somebody.
Yeah. Okay.
And he just in the middle of the match, he after he suplexed a gentleman, he like, "Suplex City, bitch," and that sort of became a meme very briefly.
Oh, okay. Okay. Seems like there should be a comma there, but
yeah. Suplex City, bitch.
Get with your grammar.
I am the Suplex City, bitch.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know most of the Brock Lesnar I've experienced, he doesn't talk much.
No, he's pretty quiet, but in that one scenario,
that's why when he does say it, it means something.
Okay, what do we think?
A 12. I think I'll put it at 12.
Okay, so this is the new number 12.
Yeah, let's put it at number 12.
Let me make a quick note to myself. So new number 12. All right, so that is our ranking. We've got the science. So top 15, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good match. It was enjoyable.
It broke the Hulk streak, where all the Hulks are in the lower 20s.
Hulk played a better role in this match for sure.
Yeah, We'll see if maybe that turns the tide on your Hulk opinion.
I don't think so, but yeah.
We'll try and get some more air conditioning into future episodes, and we'll see what we go. So we got to finish this thing. It's gone on a while. We should probably end it. Mm-hmm. We should probably end it the same way that we always end our episodes, Ryan, with everyone's favorite topic. Everyone loves this much more than Ryan's corner, Eric's wisdom tree. So I'm going to give everyone a piece of advice.
It's about to get interesting.
Ryan, I know you're an asshole about these things.
Yeah.
So,
perfect start.
Yeah. So here's my piece of advice for you, Ryan. I know that you don't have a new shower head, so your butt's dirty, but maybe you'll take this advice. Do you have a queen-size bed, Ryan?
I don't have a bed in there at all.
Wait, what?
I have a nice big couch. Like that's
What? Yeah. God damn it! This wasn't where I was expecting to go with this. You don't have a bed?
I have a studio apartment.
You have a couch?
I have a couch.
Is it a futon?
It's not.
Does it fold out?
No.
I did the couch living for a bit.
Yeah, it's a big couch. Like
What's your table situation?
I have a coffee table.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not like boxing it.
No, I have a coffee table.
What type of couch?
I mean, it's like an L shape. It's a big L.
You stared into a completely different.
Does it have like the big square in the middle of it, or what type of fucking couch are we talking about?
No, it doesn't have a big square in the middle. It's just
leather.
It's just an L-shaped couch.
Leather or linen?
It's not leather. The other option, I don't know sure what linen is as far as material.
like similar to that one?
Is that linen?
Yes.
Yes. Probably linen.
Okay, all right.
You don't own a bed?
I have a studio fucking apartment.
The man doesn't need a bed. A couch is perfectly fine.
Hey. No one lives with me.
No wonder you saved up so much goddamn money all this time. You don't own a bed. You can't afford a fucking shower head to spray your butthole out. What's
I have a shower head already.
Yeah, but it doesn't actually remove spray your butthole out, Ryan.
Everyone fucking rents an apartment and replaces the shower head immediately.
But not everybody doesn't own a bed, Ryan.
Yes. I do not have a bed. That is that, but I have a couch as a bed.
And you're using the fact that you have a studio apartment as an excuse for not having
Where would
a
I
bed.
put a fucking bed in a studio apartment?
Just don't have a couch.
My friend has a studio apartment. He ain't got no couch. He got some bed though.
No. I have a couch, no bed.
Hey, look, you know what? You know what? When I first moved to Seattle, I lived in a small room that probably wasn't even the size of a prison cell.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a bed.
Sure.
I didn't even have a couch.
Yeah.
I just slept on a blow up mattress, and that blow up mattress got a hole in it. I just slept on the concrete floor with a little carpet over it.
You know what? That's commendable. The fact that you would have the initiative to even get a blow up mattress because fucking Ryan didn't even do that. And you were living in a 1-bedroom apartment. Did you have a bed there?
No, but he's got a couch. He doesn't need the
I do have a blow up mattress.
You know
in
what?
a box.
I'm defending you, Ryan.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Look, a couch, perfectly fine. If you're comfortable with that, if
I've
you're
done
It's
the
done
couch.
me well for
I've done
8
the-
months. Like
I've done the couch
children
for
in
me.
Africa.
I have.
How many cats do you own?
I have 2 cats.
Oh, that's a problem.
Okay.
So you're
you
just sleeping on a couch with 2 cats running all over you
So
in a
one
studio
cat
apartment?
does sleep next to me usually, and the other cat in the closet.
Your
in the
existence
closet. Okay.
is fucking depressing to me.
It doesn't fucking. No one else lives there. It's just me. Like,
Can you even call what you're doing living?
Yes. I'm with you, Ryan.
It's like a
I
step
got your
above
back.
a homeless man.
I'm not. It's a nice little studio apartment.
Like you could say, "Oh yeah, I just have a refrigerator box that I sleep in," and like that would be
which
comparable.
area? Which area?
Woodinville.
Woodinville.
Woodinville?
Yeah. Ooh. Where's the Woodinville's
I
the
think
line
you-
for you, Robert?
I think you just lost Robert, man.
He was right on my side, and then Woodinville. It's down the street from you, Robert.
I don't even remember where Woodinville is. I don't.
You fucking totally upended the wisdom.
I'm like, this is some Kent shit. This is
I think this thing is off the rails, Eric. I don't know if you can.
What
bring
were
it
you
back.
gonna say? Like,
Well, for normal human beings that sleep on beds, I was going to say, hey, if you have a queen size bed, you should actually get a comforter that's for a king. That way, if you have like a spouse or a significant other that like takes a lot of the comforters, that way you'll have enough for everybody, and it's not going to be an issue.
That's the way I do it. I've got just a regular full size. I've got a queen comforter on.
So,
That's a good play.
I mean, we can edit this for your couch. Just get yourself a full size comforter and you're set.
Just get a nice duvet cover for like, a larger couch, and then that'll be fine.
I threw my bed away when I moved in the dump. I tried to get someone to take this beautiful like queen size bed, and no one would buy it on OfferUp.
It's,
So
a,
I
it's
fucking
a sleep number.
I've lived my life with beds, but right now I'm in a no bed phase. Like,
He's at a time in his life where a bed is not the priority.
And you look more rested than I've ever seen.
I like the conversation. It's like, hey, how much is the mattress? Blah 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 blah. It's like, do you have a detachable shower head? Nope. It's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I don't even. Okay, but anyway, that's Eric's wisdom tree. If you have a queen size or a smaller mattress, upsize your comforter, and then
Absolutely.
that way
That's
you'll
the
have.
smartest thing I ever did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so much wisdom.
I'm actually gonna be buying a new comforter here, and I think I might take this word
You
to
should
wisdom.
do that.
Absolutely. It's amazing.
All
And if you want to scale that wisdom down even more, sleep on a bed. and with that said, everybody, that concludes episode 31 of the Hard Mark Podcast. If you're not hard, get hard. Actually, do you guys want a quick promo before we end this thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you for having us on this episode. This was a lot of fun and introduced me to my first wrestling match. As always, you can find us at Watchin It Podcast. You can also email us at watchinitpodcast@gmail.com, and you can follow us on Instagram at Watchin It Podcast. Donnell, where else can they find us?
Always get us on Watchin It Pod at Watchin It Pod on Twitter. And I don't want to do too much of a plug, but give us that 5-star review. You don't have to give this show a 5-star review, but if you come over to our show, give that a 5-star review.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. But yeah, Ryan, how come you? Not to keep prolonging this, how come you Ubered away from my home instead of sleeping in a bed? Because I have a spare room with a bed in it, and you chose to Uber.
I had a
back.
great.
Why haven't you offered him a bed?
He did.
I did, and he declined it in the favor of whatever this mattress is. Whatever.
This couch.
All right. There's no way I'm going to get my head wrapped around this. If you're not hard, get hard. Once you get hard, stay hard. Take it sleazy, everybody.
Dirty meat law.